This is North Myrtle Beach Chiefs basketball on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network, and it starts right now.
Hello and welcome to a sold-out Myrtle Beach High School gymnasium as the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs get ready to take on the Myrtle Beach Seahawks. Number 19th ranked North Myrtle Beach Chiefs facing off against the number 7th ranked Myrtle Beach Seahawks in the finale of the trilogy here in Myrtle Beach. I'm pumped up. Everyone's pumped up. Sold out building here tonight for the quarterfinal matchup of the FCHSL playoffs. I'm Brandon Biskuping. I'll be bringing you all the action tonight. And joining me as usual is Tyler Kerp. And Tyler, this is the big one tonight as the Chiefs and the Seahawks, third matchup of the season. But this is the big one. This is the one that really counts, as this gets whoever wins this one to Florence.
Well, this atmosphere is insane, and we're a little under 20 minutes to go before game time, so this place will be rocking all night. And the season matchup for North Myrtle Beach and Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach has won both games, of course. On January 10th, the region opener, Myrtle Beach defeated the Chiefs 68-49 in Little River. That was also the Chiefs' first loss of the season. And much more recently, on February 7th, that game went into overtime, a 68-62 win for Myrtle Beach. That game, of course, was played here, but here in the playoffs, that does not matter now.
Yeah, you can wipe that schedule clean. You can wipe that slate clean. None of that matters at this point. All that matters is the here and now tonight, as these two teams face off for a chance to play at the Florence Center this upcoming Friday. And so this should be a good one. Number 19 ranked North Myrtle Beach Chiefs come into this game with a 20-5 record, 5-5 in region play. Like you mentioned, 2 of those 5 losses came via these Myrtle Beach Seahawks. So the Chiefs coming in with a little bit of revenge on their mind, as well as trying to move ahead in these playoffs. They are the number 3 seed coming into this one. Dropped out of the quadruple A coaches poll a few weeks ago. They are number 8 in the Max Preps quadruple A rankings. You were saying?
Well, we received some good news before game time from Mr. Wayne White, one of the players that really torched the Chiefs on February 7th. Darius Huff, he had 25 points. The Chiefs will not have to worry about him, as in their last game, I believe, at Colleton County, Huff received 2 technical fouls, so therefore he was automatically ejected and he will be suspended for tonight. That definitely helps the Chiefs' chances here.
Absolutely. Huff, a very important player on this Seahawks team. He also plays wide receiver for the football team. He was averaging 14 points per game, 7 rebounds per game coming into this one. So a big blow for the Seahawks, and the Chiefs will have to look to take advantage. But one thing that they're going to need to do tonight, make the freebies.
Oh, most definitely. And we're going to be talking with Coach Walker about this in a little while. But in that last game on February 7th, the Chiefs from the foul line were 10 of 25. That is a 40% clip. And Myrtle Beach was 31 of 35. That's an 88.6% clip. And the one who led the way in that regard was Charleston Southern commit, and going to be playing in the North-South game, Emery Knox, as he was 17 of 18 from the line.
Well, yeah, Knox is definitely the star player on this Seahawks team, and he will be the main focus for the Chiefs. But one thing that helps the Chiefs tonight is the lack of Huff out there, because they don't have that second guy that the Chiefs need to focus on. They can completely focus on Emory Knox. Now, a good sign, a good note of news for Seahawks fans, Aiden Hickman, who was injured for the Carleton County game, he is back in the starting lineup tonight. He'll basically, in essence, be replacing Darius Huff. So that's a good sign for the Seahawks. He is averaging 17 points per game and 3 rebounds, 2 steals per game. So he will be a valuable addition back to the starting lineup for the Seahawks. The Seahawks, number 7 Myrtle Beach Seahawks, coming into this game with a 17-6 record, 7-3 in region play. They are the number 2 seed. They are number 9 in the quadruple A coaches poll, number 3 in Max Prep's quadruple A rankings. And between these two teams, they have a lot of guys in both the all-state and all-region teams. More so all-region. For the Chiefs, they have Travis Collins, first team, Javi Marlowe, second team, and Kaimani Knox, third team all-region. For the Seahawks, Emory Knox was the co-region player of the year, as well as being named to the all-state team. Aiden Hickman made it to the second team all-region, and Darius Huff, who will not be in the lineup tonight, was on the third team. The Chiefs are trying to make it, well, they already have made it further than they have in a long time with their win over North Augusta, which was a 60-55 win over the Yellow Jackets back on Saturday. But they will look to move even further. The Seahawks, on the other hand, made it to the second round last year before losing to Wilson, has not made the semifinals since 2014. So both of these teams trying to end a long run of not making it that far in the state championship.
And that shows just the culture that both of these coaches have. Craig Martin of Myrtle Beach and first-year head coach for the Chiefs, Ryan Walker. Both of these coaches, they're going to have their teams pumped up. They know how far these teams have, as the Chiefs have just taken the quarter to a very loud North Myrtle Beach cheer.
Yeah,
they are pumped up tonight. So North Myrtle Beach this season on the road, they are 7-3. They're going to have a tall order against Myrtle Beach, as Myrtle Beach is undefeated at 8-0 on the season. But as we saw last week, or on Saturday, my apologies, on Saturday, North Augusta was 8-0 at home up to that point, and Chad Beasley, one who stuck out, really shutting down the Rodriguez kid from Marlboro County. They're going to need his defensive intensity, as he's probably going to get the matchup against Emory Knox.
And now the Seahawks come out to a loud siren of boos from behind us. We are sitting at courtside here at half court. Behind us are pretty much exclusively Chiefs fans in the visitor section, and right in front of us are where all the Seahawks fans are. This is a packed crowd. Tickets have been sold out for the last probably half hour or so. Fans were told to get here early, and if you are listening to us, more than likely you are one of the unlucky few, probably not few, unlucky many
definitely,
who were not able to get into the building. But don't worry, we've got you covered here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network. So be sure to stay tuned for all the action here, as we are a little over 10 minutes away from tip-off here. We'll kick it over to our interview with Coach Ryan Walker, and then come right back with some more analysis and keys to the game and get you ready for tip-off here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network. We're here with Coach Walker ahead of tonight's quarterfinal matchup between North Myrtle Beach and Myrtle Beach. And Coach, we've talked about it for the first 2 games, but especially tonight, quarterfinals, but it is the rivalry battle at the beach. How do you keep the team focused and not let their emotions get the better of them?
We try to approach it the same way we have all year. Obviously, this is a rivalry game. It's the playoffs, but we've also, we've made a big deal on how important each and every one of our games have been, and we're viewing this as just another challenge that we've got to meet and continue that kind of mindset where, obviously, this is the most important thing at this point in time.
How important is it to get, this is going to be a sellout, probably not quite 50-50, but close to it, Chiefs and Seahawks fans. How important is it to get your fans going and get the Seahawks fans out of the game early?
Oh, I mean, I think both fan bases will be into it, regardless of what's going on, because it's going to be a back-and-forth game. It's going to be an entertaining game. We've got a great community that comes out and supports us, which is phenomenal, and so does Myrtle Beach. I mean, and they've won recently, so I think it's going to be crucial that we get both teams might have a little jitters, but we'll get those out. Our place was sold out. This one will be sold out. We've played in front of a big crowd, so it's nothing new we haven't experienced.
How big of a momentum boost is it to have that big win against North Augusta under your belt?
Oh, I mean, it's huge. I mean, like I said, when we played here last time, we played well enough to win the game, and we didn't. But the kids stuck with it, didn't sulk, didn't pout, didn't go woe is me, and they've won 2 playoff games, and a Marble County game because of them battling through it and sticking with it. So that success has come back to us, and hopefully we carry it over tonight.
You went 2-0 against the Seahawks this season in the regular season, but that doesn't matter at this point. Is there anything you can learn from those 2 games that will help you get the win finally tonight?
Yeah, 0-2, not 2-0.
Oh, 2-0.
I wish.
Yes.
Giving us wins. No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we go down, we watch film. We sit as coaches, we watch film and try to pick things apart and what we can do better and what little mismatches and matchups and things that we might be able to get. And we've absolutely used those films to hopefully get us ready, more prepared for this game.
Yeah.
The one player that's been in a bit of a thorn in your side playing Myrtle Beach, of course, has been Emery Knox, who had 27 points against you on January 10th in the first matchup and 29 on February 7th, of course, the last time you played. Is there going to be any sort of defensive adjustments, sort of, getting up in his grill, sort of maybe playing man-to-man? Is there going to be any sort of defensive adjustment tonight?
Emery is Region Player of the Year for a reason. He's obviously a ridiculously tough matchup for us and anyone else. He's very, very good ball handler. He's very strong. You can tell he's been lifting weights. That was an area of his game I think that in the offseason this past year he worked on, and it shows, and it's made him that much of a better player. He gets going downhill. He's capable of hitting a 3, so we play him straight up, but we're going to try to give our guys a little extra help when it's man-to-man a little earlier this time than we did last time so he doesn't get so deep, and try to make him earn it. I thought we made him earn it. He made him at the free throw line. The second game, he didn't shoot great, but we also fouled him, so we got to clean that up.
That actually leads into my next question, the troubles from the foul line. Mm-hmm. Of course, in the game on February 7th, the Chiefs shot 10 of 25 from the foul line. Myrtle Beach, of course, shot 31 of 35. Brandon just fell into a recycling bin. Anyways, 31 of 35 from the foul line for Myrtle Beach. And last game against North Augusta, you shot 13 of 26. How much do you press into these kids' minds that it's important to make the free ones, because that could be the difference in a game like this one tonight?
Yeah, it's extremely important. If people foul you, you've got to step up and make the shots, and it's more mental with us than anything. I think we've got guys that are capable of stepping up and making it. I've seen them make it. We practiced making them. So we came in on Sunday and just shot nothing but free throws. So it's more of a mental block. They've got to go up there and go through the routine. The fact is the free throw line has absolutely cost us 2 or 3 games. And it could have cost us another 2 or 3. So, if it's something we can shore up, it's absolutely that. And if we're able to do that tonight, we'll have a good shot of winning.
How do you best get your team to focus on that and get them to get better at the free throw line?
If I knew that, I'd have a lot of money because I would work with some other guys that are terrible free throw shooters. We try a little bit of everything. We try to tell them to go through their routine. We try to, make light of the situation. We try to be, tell them to be mentally focused, what to think about. So we've hit on a little bit of everything. And at some point, it comes on them. They've got to step up and knock it down. And I think we will tonight. I think we're playing our best basketball right now. And I think we're the most confident we've been all year. So that's exactly where you want to be towards, obviously in the third round of playoffs.
Well, hopefully that confidence can get you a win tonight and move you on to Florence on Friday and get a big rivalry victory over Myrtle Beach. So good luck tonight,
We're going
Coach.
to try our best. Thank you.
That was Coach Walker ahead of tonight's game, and we've been talking about it all season, really. The issue of free throw shooting for the Chiefs, and it hurt them a lot in the last game against Myrtle Beach. It has hurt them at other times as well this season, but they've been able to secure wins in spite of it at times this season, but they really need to focus on that going into this game tonight.
Well, Coach Walker obviously sees this flaw with the Chiefs, and he said in the interview he dedicated a whole practice to just shooting foul shots. I mean, there have been games where the Chiefs' woes from the foul line did cost them a few games, and with this do-or-die, holding nothing back playoff game, Coach Walker is definitely going to make sure that the Chiefs will be efficient from the line tonight.
Yeah, I think that's got to be the first key to the game.
That's right.
For the Chiefs tonight is make the free ones, make the freebies. If you can't do that, then the game is over before the first whistle is even blown. Second key, I think you'd have to say, is limit Emery Knox's production.
Well, obviously that's the situation playing a guy like Emery Knox. However, you can't really stop a player like Emery Knox with his caliber. But we said earlier with Cesar Edwards, even with the girls, Loyal McQueen, and all these great players that we've seen, both in boys and girls in the region, you can't really stop a player who's a Division I commit.
Absolutely
you
not.
can only contain them.
That's why I didn't say stop Emery Knox. I said limit his production. That's the best you can do.
Well, my third key to the game, and we know that the Chiefs' two big horses underneath, Cameron Gorgas and Kaimani Knox, they're obviously going to have their work cut out for them tonight. During that last game against Myrtle Beach, they got into foul trouble, and in overtime they really couldn't play with their full intensity as they usually do, and that kind of limited the Chiefs on how much they could attack. Now, without Darius Huff in the lineup tonight, that's going to take a big load off of their shoulders, but these Myrtle Beach bigs, they can still bang hard down low, and they'll be fighting for rebounds. It's going to be intense.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the big storyline of this game is the foul game. Mm-hmm. Not only in terms of free throws, who can make their free throws, but also which team can have their key players stay out of foul trouble the most.
Well, it's going to be a good one. I mean, Myrtle Beach, they have Emery Knox. They have a lot of good role players, of course, to complement Knox. North Myrtle Beach, they really don't have a true star, even though Travis Collins was on the first team all-region. But this Chiefs team is sort of built with a lot of role players, and they're all going to have to be depended on to do their jobs and do their jobs well tonight if they want to come out of Myrtle Beach with a win.
Exactly. Each player has their role, and each player is able to do well in that role tonight in order for the Chiefs to be successful, as we are a little under 2.5 minutes before the national anthem and tip-off here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network here in Myrtle Beach. Before we take a break and get ready for tip-off, we'll run through the tournament roundup real quick. Like we mentioned before, the next round, the state final, or the lower state finals, state semifinals, will be at the Florence Center up in Florence, and the winner of this one will face the winner of AC Flora and Marlborough County. So it could be an all Region 6 lower state final, which would be a great thing for the region. We talked to Coach Smith for the girls about their, about the region for the girls being the toughest in the lower state. And for the boys, it could very well be the toughest region in the lower state as well.
Well, the last 2 years, the lower state champion has come out of Region 6 in 4A. Of course, that team was Wilson. Now, that's obviously not going to be the case, but there could be a new heir to the throne, and of the 3 of the last 4 teams standing, they're from this region, so it's a pretty good shot that that streak's going to continue.
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned just a little while ago, if Marlborough County does win this one, or does win their matchup against AC Flora, that will guarantee that it will be a Region 6 team. So we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come right back with starting lineups and the opening tip here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network.
card, a junior wearing number 5, David Hickman. Red card, a senior wearing number 11, James. And a forward, a junior wearing number 14, Seahawks are led by head coach Craig Martin, assisted by Rick Poston, Jonathan Tabb, Julio Noyes, Chip Cook, and Bob Crossbrand.
There are your starting lineups now. We'll run them through. First for the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs, it'll be number 2, Travis Collins, number 3, Javi Marlowe, number 5, Kaimani Knox, number 15, Chad Beasley, and number 32, Cameron Gorgas, the normal starting lineup for the Chiefs. For the Seahawks, with Darius Huff out, it will be Qualik Burgess, number 3, number 4, Emery Knox, number 5, Aiden Hickman, replacing Huff in the starting lineup, number 11, James Marquez, and number 14, J.J. Jones. There is your starting 5 for both teams as we are just about set to start this quarterfinal matchup here in Myrtle Beach. And this place is absolutely packed. You could hear it during the starting lineup. The crowd is ready, the teams are ready, and we are underway. The Seahawks get the tip, and they will start with possession, moving right to left. Knox with the ball, and they're going to call a traveling violation right off the bat by Knox.
Wow, what a start. What a start indeed. The Chiefs maybe trying to take momentum early. Let's see what they can do on their first offensive possession.
These first couple of possessions will be absolutely crucial for both of these teams. As the Chiefs inbound, Marlowe will bring the ball up over the timeline. He will pass it near side wing over to Collins. Collins gets a bit of a double team. Now he passes it over to Beasley. Beasley at the point, stutter step, drives far side, and it's stolen. Knox with the drive, lane attempt, no good, but an offensive rebound. A rebound by the Chiefs. Great transition defense by the Chiefs, and they will push it up the other way. Now Marlowe will slow the tempo down. He will hand it off to Beasley. Beasley brings it near side. Now passes it over to Gorgas. Gorgas far side wing, he'll drive, and a whistle is blown, and a push off, I believe, will be called on. They will call that on Hickman.
So it's going to be Marlowe triggering the inbounds play. Let's see what he can do.
Marlowe gets it inside, and a whistle is blown. No whistle. I thought I heard one. An offensive rebound. Now a scramble for the ball, and a whistle is blown. Now jump ball will be called. Possession arrow will favor the Chiefs.
And the Chiefs are already starting to play with some grit. We're a minute and 9 seconds in this one. Still no score, but the grittiness is high tonight.
But I think both teams, as the inbound comes in from the baseline, Collins loses the handle, and it's stolen. Long outlet pass, and a foul will be called. And that will send Hickman to the line to shoot 2. And the Seahawks can potentially get the first points on the board in this one. And just over a minute off the clock.
And Cameron Gorgas already picks up his first foul, 1 minute and 18 seconds into this game. He's
first free throw rims out. Still no score. We mentioned it during the pregame. Got to avoid those fouls, especially the post players, and that is not a good sign. As I believe they called a lane violation on the Seahawks. So Hickman isn't even able to get his second free throw off. Beasley now with the ball, slight full court press. He's able to bring it over the timeline. Beasley now sets it up at the point. He almost loses it, but he's able to recover. He gets some pressure defense, but he's able to get it over to Collins. Collins near side wing. Crossover, almost lost the handle himself, but he's able to recover again. And a timeout is,
They're going to call it travel.
Traveling is called on Collins, and we're going the other way. Just under 6.5 left to go in the first quarter. Still no score. Knox brings the ball up over the timeline.
And Beasley is covering Knox, just as I predicted.
Passes it over to Burgess. Burgess, now back over to Burgess. Burgess, far side wing, passes it inside to Jones, now back over to Marquez. Marquez passes it to Knox. Knox over to Burgess. He crosses over, now kicks it out. Marquez with the ball, now passes it back over to Knox, and he'll reset at the point. Emery Knox with the ball at the point. He'll bring it far side. Now stutter step, crossover, floater, no good. Rebounded by Gorgas. He almost loses the handle, but recovers and gives it off to Marlowe. Marlowe, far side wing, now kicks it out to Gorgas. Thought about taking a shot. Now he drives, loses his balance, but Marlowe is right there, and now a scramble for the ball.
It's going to go off a Myrtle Beach player, and the Chiefs are going to get possession back.
Ball goes out of bounds off of Myrtle Beach, so the Chiefs will retain possession here.
Looking to get the first bucket of the night.
Marlowe to do the inbounding from the baseline. Passes it, gets it tipped, and it's stolen by Jones. Now Marquez drives, laying attempt, no good. Rebounded by Myrtle Beach, and a foul will be called on the...
No, turnover, another turnover.
The Chiefs will get possession.
Jones tried to save it, but his foot grazed the line, so it's going to be another turnover for Myrtle Beach. Tyree Smith is going to check in. He's had very impressive minutes off the bench this season.
Almost 3 minutes off the clock and still no score. This has been a defensive battle thus far. Marlowe brings it over the timeline. Dribbling, passes it, he gets tipped, and almost stolen, and it does. Transition opportunity, lay in, good. And that is the first points on the board by Emery Knox, and the Seahawks take a 2-0 lead. Just under 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Marlowe brings the ball up over the timeline. Crossover, drive, almost gets it stripped, gets double teamed, is able to get it inside, and now kick out to Beasley. Beasley far side wing. Beasley crossover, he'll drive baseline, and he tries to put up a shot, now passes inside, and a hard foul is called, and that will send Collins to the line to shoot two.
No, that's going to be on Tyree Smith.
Excuse me.
Tyree Smith will go to the line. Well, J.J. Jones went up for that block, and he got some ball, but he also threw Tyree Smith down very hard, and it's going to be crucial for the Chiefs to make the freebies. This is their first opportunity tonight.
We talked about the free throw shooting coming into this one, as the first free throw is no good off front iron, and not a good sign for Chiefs fans starting off.
4:24 remaining in the first quarter. Seahawks with the only bucket thus far, credited to Emery Knox. It's still a 2-0 game. Chiefs still looking to get on the board.
Second free throw by Smith is no good off back iron, and a lane violation, I believe, will be called on the Seahawks. It will. So Smith will get a third opportunity.
And it's crucial. He has to take advantage of this.
Absolutely. So Smith gets the ball and prepares to take his third free throw attempt. And the extra free throw attempt rims out, and he goes 0 for 3. Long outlet pass. Jones drives. No good on the shot, but he will draw a foul and go to the line to shoot two. Smith tried to set up for a charge, but they will not call it.
And once again, that's J.J. Jones going after Tyree Smith. Those two in the last two possessions have been going at each other's throats, it seems. So Jones will be at the line looking to extend the Seahawks lead.
First free throw by Jones is no good off back iron. And that's a good sign for the Chiefs. The Seahawks in the first game were very efficient from the free throw line.
And the Chiefs fans are going to get very loud as you hear them.
Second free throw does go in, so now it's 3-0 Seahawks.
Looks like Myrtle Beach is in a bit of a press. Now they're going to back off a little bit.
Marlowe brings the ball up over the timeline, passes it over to Knox. Knox over to Smith, almost gets it stolen, but is able to recover. Now a strong battle for the ball. Double team, and it's stolen, but it will go out of bounds, and it will remain Chief ball.
Well, the Chiefs need to do a much better job controlling the basketball. Myrtle Beach obviously throwing the kitchen sink. They're going to make it very hard for the Chiefs to get on the board, and it shows.
Big pressure defense for the Seahawks thus far as Marlowe almost gets it stripped on the half. Stop and pop from the far side corner, no good. And it's rebounded by the Seahawks. Long outlet pass to Jones. Lay-in attempt, no good. But he'll draw a foul once again and go to the line to shoot two. That will actually be Hickman who drew the foul.
And that foul's going to go on Chad Beasley. So in the early going here, the Chiefs have 3 team fouls as opposed to the Seahawks 2.
Hickman to the line now. His first free throw is good. That extends the lead out to 4.
And I know it's only a slight deficit of 4 points, but the Chiefs need to get on the board here very soon.
They need to get something going if they want to get into this one. As the second free throw misses, rims out, and the Chiefs rebound. Marlowe brings the ball up over the timeline, brings it far side wing, now passes it over to Knox. Knox at the point, passes it inside to Beasley. Beasley up and under, laying good, and one.
And the Chiefs bench erupts, as does this crowd. The Chiefs finally get on the board at the 3:22 mark, and that basket is credited to Chad Beasley. Let's see if he can convert the and one opportunity.
So Beasley will go to the line now. His end one is good. So that cuts the lead down to 1.
And Beasley's going to check out. Elijah Vereen, the sophomore, is going to check in. So the Chiefs going to go with a little more of a guard-heavy lineup.
Knox will slowly bring the ball up over the timeline. Brings in near side wing. Some pressure defense by Collins. Collins forces him all the way back almost to the half-court line. Now passes it over. And now a pass right back to Knox. Knox drives near side. Stop and pop from the near side wing. Drains it. Nothing but net for Knox. And that extends the lead back out to 4. 7-3 with just under 3 left to go in the first quarter. Marlowe drives. Now he brings it back out. Now passes it far side wing over to Vereen. Vereen brings it back over to the point. Back over to Smith. Smith far side wing. Now passes it over to Vereen. Vereen will drive. Lay-in attempt. Gets it rejected by Jones. Long outlet pass. Passes it inside. Lay-in is good. And one for Bryant.
And it seems like momentum is starting to shift in the early going to Myrtle Beach. That's the last thing the Chiefs need at this moment. Cameron Gorgas is going to check in as Kaimani Knox will check out. And that foul was on Travis Collins.
Jeremy Jones with the end one, and he drains it. 10-3 now. Chiefs trail by 7 with just under 2.5 left to go. Marlowe brings in near side, gets a bit of a double team, now gets it over to Collins. Collins pushes off, long two, no good. Offensive rebound by Gorgas, tries to play it up, and he will draw a foul and go to the line to shoot 2. And Coach Walker is not happy about the lack of a foul call on Collins from the earlier few seconds.
He's been going at the refs all night. And the ref's coming over to talk to Walker and pretty much telling him, knock it off or we're going to tee you up.
As Gorgas will now go to the line to shoot 2. First free throw by Gorgas is good. 10-4 now.
Number 24, Josiah Funderburg into the lineup.
And Josiah Funderburg is going to check in for Myrtle Beach. Rogan Vincent checks in for Myrtle Beach. Travis Collins will take a seat.
One of the more fun names to say in Region 6, Funderburg.
So at the 2:08 mark, the Chiefs down by 6. If Gorgas can make this foul shot, it will cut their deficit to 5.
And he does. 10-5 now with just over 2 left to go in the first quarter.
Looks like it's going to be Marlowe picking up Knox as he comes across the timeline.
Knox brings it near side, now brings it back to the point. Now he'll bring it far side and hand it off to Funderburg. Funderburg handed it back off to Knox. Knox almost got it stripped, but he's able to bring it out. Now he'll bring it near side, now spin move, brings it far side, now hands it off. Now passes it inside, laying good. And that was Funderburg who gets his first points of the game and extends the lead out to 7. Vereen now brings the ball up over the timeline. Now he gets a very sloppy bounce pass strip, but it's stolen right back by Vereen. Vereen, long outlet pass, driving, laying, good by Collins. All right, excuse me, that was Marlowe who laid that one in. Now a 3 is good.
No, air ball.
Air ball by Hickman. Driving. Laying attempt, no good, but a foul is called, and Marlowe will go to the line once again.
And now the Chiefs are starting to play with a lot more intensity. This North Myrtle Beach crowd is starting to get back into it. 12-7 game with exactly 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter. Marlowe goes to the line, looking to make this a 2 or maybe even 1 possession game.
First free throw is good. As Qualik Burgess will check in. He'll check in for Jeremy Jones. Minute left to go in the first quarter. 12-8, this could cut it down to a single possession game. Second free throw, rims out, but almost got an offensive rebound, but Myrtle Beach is able to come up with it. Knox will drive, stop and pop from the point, drains it. That'll be a 3.
No, a 2.
Or no, they will call it a 2. His foot was on the line. So 14-8 with 45 seconds left to go. Vereen now brings the ball up over the timeline. He'll bring it near side. Now stutter step, brings it baseline. Now kicks it out. Marlowe passes inside to Gorgas. Now kicks it out to Smith. Now over to Vincent. Vincent thought about taking a 3. Now passes it out of a double team. Vereen now passes it over to Gorgas. Gorgas inside to Smith, almost lost it, but is able to recover. And a traveling violation is called on the Chiefs.
And that's a wasted possession there. The Chiefs were moving the ball. They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't really have any much of an offensive set.
Very sloppy possession for the Chiefs.
So it's 16.6 seconds left and a 6-point lead. The Seahawks have a chance for the final shot and to extend their lead.
10 seconds left in the first quarter. Knox slowly brings it up over the half-court line. Now crossover, drive, puts up a floater, good, and 1.
And that's the last thing the Chiefs need now, as that foul is going to be on Tyree Smith.
So Knox will have the chance to extend the lead to 9 at the end of the first quarter. 1 second left on the clock.
Knox has to be in double digits at this
you'd
point.
have to imagine. We'll get stats from Wayne White at the end of the first quarter as the free throw goes in. Coach Walker is not happy with the officiating thus far in the first quarter. And the Chiefs will just let the clock run out. So after the first quarter, the Chiefs down by 9, 17-8 Seahawks with the lead.
Well, in Coach Walker's mind, the Chiefs are going up against 2 teams, the Seahawks and the Refs. Of course, that can't be the mindset right now for the Chiefs. You're down by 9 after 1 quarter. there's still 24 minutes left in this one.
Exactly. No matter how much you think the refs are against you, whether or not it's the case, you have to find ways around it, pretty much.
And looking at the team foul situation, they're even at 5 apiece.
Yeah. So it's not like they're calling a ton of more fouls on the Chiefs over the Seahawks.
And we have just been given the stats for the first quarter. So for North Myrtle Beach as a team, they shot 2 of 8 from the field. Javi Marlowe and Chad Beasley each lead the Chiefs with 3 points apiece. And from the foul line, they are 4 of 7. For Myrtle Beach, Emery Knox, as I assumed earlier, he was in double digits. He has 10 exactly on 4 of 6 shooting. And as a team, Myrtle Beach is 6 of 10 from the field.
As we get underway here in the second quarter, Knox brings in near side. Now passes inside, laying good by Marquez. And that'll extend the lead out to 11. Vereen will bring the ball up over the timeline, brings it far side. Now brings it back near side. Calling out a play, brings it far side, he'll drive, almost gets it stripped, but is able to get it out. Vincent now with the ball near side wing. Passes it back over to Marlowe, far side wing. He gets double teamed, able to get it out. Now passes inside, now kick out, back out to Beasley. Henley. Henley with the ball near far side wing, now over to Marlowe. Marlowe at the point, crossover, drive. Lane attempt no good, but he will draw the foul. And he will
they're gonna call a charge.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, wow.
So an offensive foul will be called on Javi Marlowe, and the Seahawks get the ball right back.
And Travis Collins and Chad Beasley are now back in, so it looks like all the starters, with the exception of Cam Henley, are now back out on the floor for the Chiefs.
Burgess with the ball, now passes it over, now back over to Knox. Knox will drive, now passes it inside, now kicks it back out. Now Knox gets the ball right back, and he will reset far side wing. Now passes over to Burgess, near side wing. Now over to Jones. Now back over to Marquez. Marquez almost loses it, and he does. Henley comes up with the steal. Marlowe drives. He'll kick it out. 3 buckets, Spike Beasley.
And that gets this crowd fired up. That was a much-needed bucket for the Chiefs.
Stutter step, drive by Knox. No foul is called, and the ball goes out of bounds. Chiefs ball. 19-11.
Wait, did they call a foul on the Chiefs?
Yeah, no, the Chiefs are getting the ball though.
Oh, the reaction from the crowd made me think differently.
So that ball goes out of bounds. They were not happy at the fact that there wasn't a foul call.
Okay.
Beasley with the ball almost loses the handle. Now drives, and he will draw a foul. That'll be the Seahawks' 6th.
And that foul is going to be on TJ Austin. So that's 6 team fouls apiece at the 6:02 mark. Chiefs down by 8, 19-11.
Chiefs inbound. Beasley with the ball now. He'll bring it near side. Now crossover, drive. Now brings it back out. Passes it inside. Laying good by Henley.
Great court vision by Chad Beasley, finding a wide open Henley under the bucket for the lay-in.
Knox with the ball now, far side wing. Brings it near side, stutter step, crossover, got away from his man, but he passes over to Burgess. Now back over to Knox. Now over to Austin at the point. Passes it over to Marquez, near side wing. Now inside to Funderburg. Funderburg kicks it out. Stutter step by Burgess, and it's stolen. And a whistle is blown, and a foul will be called on Myrtle Beach.
And now the momentum is starting to shift back over to North Myrtle Beach. Kaimani Knox is going to check in, and that is the 7th team foul for Myrtle Beach.
And that was the second personal foul for TJ Austin in less than a minute.
That is correct. So Marlowe back at the line, looking to cut this deficit down a little bit.
First free throw, good.
The Chiefs.
This is the moment that the Chiefs have to capitalize on. We talked about it during the pregame show. Now the Chiefs are in the bonus with 5 minutes and change left to go in the first half. If they can draw fouls and make their freebies, they can get back into this game. Only down by 5. Second free throw rims out, and the whistle is blown. And looks like they're going to call a foul on the
Myrtle
Seahawks. That'll be called on Burgess.
I believe it's over to back. So the Chiefs will go back to the line once again.
They'll send Henley to the line this time.
Now let's see if the Chiefs can take advantage. But as you said, they need to take advantage of being in a double bonus, and they have been exceptionally
single bonus for now. First free throw, no good, and it's rebounded by the Seahawks. Knox gets the ball, and that's not what you want to see as a Chiefs fan, is them missing those free ones. As Austin drives, laying good and one. Excuse me, that was Williams who just checked in, and he gets the lay-in and the foul.
And all Coach Walker can do is shake his head. That's the first foul on Kaimani Knox.
The end one, no good, as the Chiefs rebound it. Marlowe will bring it up quickly over the timeline. Crossover, passes it over to Collins. Collins, step back, 2, drains it from the near side corner. 21-16, Chiefs trail by 5.
A little under 5 minutes left.
Emery Knox with the ball. Near side wing, now passes it over, now over far side wing, now back over to Burgess, now over to Hickman. Hickman will drive, lane attempt, no good. Rebounded by the Chiefs. Long outlet pass to Beasley. Beasley will drive, laying good.
Yes! Knox was trying to get in position for a charge.
And
Beasley goes
noticed
right around
it
him.
and went right around him, exactly. As Knox brings the ball up over the timeline. Stutter step, crossover, drive, laying attempt, no. Oh, it's good!
Whoa!
And one!
How did that go in?
That ball rimmed in, and that foul will be called on Beasley. So Knox will go to the line to extend the lead out to 6.
How many and one opportunities has Myrtle Beach had tonight?
At least a few.
And Coach Walker is saying he was looking for a double dribble. He thinks Knox picked up his dribble, but the ref will not oblige. So Knox back to the line.
First free throw, the end one by Knox is good. That extends the lead back out to 6. 24-18 with just over 4 left to go in the half. Marlowe brings the ball up over the timeline. Passes it over, and it's almost stolen, but it will go out of bounds as Jeremy Jones was not able to hang on to it.
He recently just checked into the game.
Collins with the inbound. Marlowe brings it far side, now sets up a play from the point. Now passes it over to Collins. Collins, stutter step, now thought about driving, picks up his dribble, and now passes it over to Marlowe. Marlowe with the ball at the point. And a timeout will be called by Coach Walker.
And Coach Walker didn't see something he liked on that offensive possession.
Well, it just looked like the Chiefs couldn't get anything going in that offensive set. And the Chiefs, honestly, were lucky in that possession because it looked like Collins dribbled there after picking up his dribble.
Nah, he dropped the ball. That ball was maybe stripped. So it's back to the drawing board for the Chiefs. Down by 6 at 24-18. 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this one. And we just got some more stats. Chad Beasley has come alive here. 3 of 4 shooting, 1 of 1 from 3. He's leading the Chiefs with 8 points. He's really showing a lot of intensity in this one.
But Emery Knox keeps on going, now has 13 points.
5 of 7 shooting and 2 of 2 from the foul line. As a team, North Myrtle Beach is shooting 6 of 12, 50%, and Myrtle Beach is 9 of 14, 64.3%. Surely that number is going to have to go down at some point.
As Collins inbounds it, passes it over to Livingston, who just checked in. Now over to Collins, back over to Livingston. Now Marlowe with the ball, passes it inside to Knox, and a whistle will be blown, and an offensive foul will be called
A
on
charge.
Knox.
And that's his second foul.
And we talked about it. That was one of the big Achilles heels for the Chiefs at the end of the second matchup this season here in Myrtle Beach, was the fact that both Knox and Gorgas had 4 fouls apiece. As we are underway once again, Hickman with the ball, tries to pass it inside.
Loses
and that
it.
ball will go out of bounds off of Jones, so the Chiefs will get possession right back.
And let's see the Chiefs if they can get something off of the turnover.
Livingston to bring the ball up over the timeline. And he gets fouled. And he will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1. That foul will be called on Williams.
Cameron Gorgas is going to check in. Kaimani Knox will check out. He already has 2 fouls here in the first half, so you definitely want to rest him. And you want to make sure that he can't pick up his third before halftime.
Absolutely. Malik Livingston to the line now, shooting 1 and 1. First free throw is good.
We haven't really seen much of Livingston
Over the last few games,
So-
and it's interesting to see him now. When he has played, he's looked very good.
Well, Coach Walker, he's going to use any type of combination, any guard who could go up against Emery Knox, and he's going to put his trust in Livingston.
Second free throw misses off back iron, and it's rebounded by Knox. Knox will bring it far side wing. Now passes it over. Now over to Jones. Jones back over to Knox. Knox now with the ball at the point. Almost lost it. And now will reset near side wing. Now passes it over. Now over to Hickman, and a whistle is blown. And a foul, I believe, is called. Yeah, they're going to call on Williams. So it will be Chiefs ball.
And Tyree Smith is coming back into the game. He's been impressive off of the bench, but he has been quiet thus far. Let's see if he could get something going.
So a very sweaty Travis Collins will inbound right in front of us.
And with that foul, the Chiefs are now into double bonus for the rest of the half.
Livingston with the ball. He gets double teamed, gets it out to Gorgas. Kick out to Marlowe with the 3. No good. And rebounded by the Seahawks. Long outlet pass. Driving, lay-in attempt, no good. Rebound by Gorgas. And almost stolen, but Collins is able to come up with it. Stop and pop for the three-point line, no good. Rebounded, but it's stolen by Gorgas, but he loses the handle, and it will go out of bounds. It will be Seahawk ball.
Great job by Gorgas, still fighting under there, under the basket.
He had the steal,
He
just
did.
couldn't hold on to it.
Well, he's going toe-to-toe with Funderburk, and Cameron Gorgas is showing no mercy.
Knox will bring it over slowly over the timeline. Hands it off to Hickman. Hickman hands it off. Lay-in attempt, good. That is Marquez with the lay-in. Livingston with the ball. Crossover. Hands it off to Collins. Collins almost loses the handle. Now stutter step. Now he thought about taking a 3. Gets double teamed. Livingston with the 3. No good. Rebounded by the Seahawks. Knox now passes it over. Stutter step. Now kick out. Now passes it back over. Now over to Hickman. Hickman will drive, spin move. And thought about putting up the shot, but now kicks out. No good on the three-pointer. No good on the offensive rebound lay-in attempt either. And Gorgas comes up with it. Livingston now with the ball. Now he brings it back out. Now passes it over to Collins, who takes a 3. No good. Offensive rebound attempt by Smith. but it will go out of bounds, and it will be Seahawk ball.
Well,
Just over a minute left to go in the half.
And a 26-19 game, still a 7-point deficit for the Chiefs as Cam Henley checks in for Travis Collins. The Chiefs definitely want to get a big stop here on this possession and cut into this deficit as they head into the locker room for halftime.
Knox brings the ball up over the timeline, passes it inside to Jones. Jones backing down, fade away, off the backboard and in. Excuse me, that was Hickman who put that fadeaway in. And now it's 28-19. Livingston drives, kick out, and Marlowe decides to slow it down. Passes it to Henley. Henley loses the handle, and it's stolen. Almost loses the handle himself, did Jones. Jones drives, lay in, no good. But he'll draw the foul and go to the line to shoot two. 36.4 left to go in the half.
And they're going to get Javi Marlowe with his second foul. I believe that's the third or fourth player in with 2 fouls for the Chiefs.
And that will actually be Marquez who will draw that foul. So he will go to the line to shoot two. The first one off front iron and out.
Well, the Chiefs trying to keep this deficit at single digits, 28-19, 36.4 seconds remaining.
Second free throw is good, so that extends the lead out to double digits. 10-point deficit for the Chiefs. Livingston brings the ball up over the timeline. Now he stutter steps, drives near side, now kicks it out. Marlowe with the three from the far side corner, no good. And it will be tipped out of bounds off of Henley, so it will be Seahawk ball with 19.3 seconds left to go.
And it looks like they're going to be the ones who will take the last shot once again.
Seahawks can really get a huge momentum boost here with the final shot of the half. Knox with the ball, passes it inside to Hickman. Hickman stop and pop from the three-point line, no good. Rebound by Marlowe. Marlowe puts up a half-court heave, no good. And that will end the first half with the score 29-19, Chiefs trailing by 10. We'll take a quick break right here and then come right back with some first half stats and analysis and get you ready for the second half here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network. Welcome back as we are at halftime here in Myrtle Beach as the number 19 North Myrtle Beach Chiefs trail the number 7 Myrtle Beach Seahawks 29-19, trailing by 10 here, and we've got our stats here courtesy of Mr. Wayne White, and we'll run them down for you right now. First, for North Myrtle Beach, their leading scorer is Chad Beasley with 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting, 1 of 1 from the three-point line, and 1 of 1 from the free throw line.
We have a winner.
Javi Marlowe has 4 points and 1 of 4 shooting, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. And Travis Collins and Cameron Gorgos and Cameron Henley each have 2. And rounding out the scoring for the Chiefs is Malik Livingston with 1 on 1 free throw. Chiefs shooting 35.3% from the free throw or from the field. Did a much better job in the second quarter, shooting 44.4% in the second quarter. And they are 1 of 6 from the three-point arc. And all of those three-pointers were in the second quarter. 6 of 12, 50% from the free throw line. Only 2 of 5 from the free throw line in the second quarter, so the Chiefs definitely need to improve upon that.
Well, most definitely. They are shooting a bit better, but 50% is not going to cut it from the charity stripe, especially in the playoffs, and most especially against a team like Myrtle Beach. And I'll go through their stats. So Emery Knox is leading the Seahawks with 13 points, 5 of 8 shooting, 1 of 1 from 3, and 2 of 2 from the foul line. James Marquez has 5 points. He is 2 of 3 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, and 1 of 2 from the line. Jeremy Jones also has 3 points. I believe all 3 of them were on that and 1 opportunity. So he's 1 of 2 shooting overall, and he is 1 of 1 from the line. Team rebounds, the Chiefs are out-rebounding the Seahawks 15-12, and on the offensive side of things, when it comes to rebounds, the Chiefs have 5 compared to the Seahawks 1. So they're definitely fighting underneath, looking for another shot to maybe set up the offense and get something going.
That's something that I noticed looking at these stats too. Yes, it's at least, well, actually no, they're actually tied in terms of shooting, because the Chiefs have taken 17 field goal attempts, but 6 three-pointers, so that is equal to 23.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Whereas the Seahawks have made 20 field goal attempts and 3 three-pointer attempts, so that's still 23. They've each had the same amount of field goal attempts, but the Chiefs have done the better job on the glass with 15 rebounds as compared to only 12 for Myrtle Beach.
Well, it's going to be very crucial for the Chiefs to start hitting some shots. They need to start creating shots for guys like Rogan Vincent, Elijah Vereen, Travis Collins, and Javi Marlowe. Those are the 4 guards that you want to get involved on a perimeter, or they can even penetrate in the paint against the big Myrtle Beach trees. And they're going to have to do a bit better from the foul line, though 12 attempts is a bit small, but it's not too small where you could sort of wipe that away.
Exactly. I mean, if they were able to make even half of what they missed, this would be a 7-point game instead of a 10-point game at this point.
And in the foul situation, there are 4 players for the Chiefs with 2 fouls apiece. That is Javi Marlowe, Kaimani Knox, Chad Beasley, and Tyree Smith. So the Chiefs are definitely very grateful that they don't have a player with 3 fouls going into halftime, and we hope as this one winds down that the fouls won't come back to bite them.
Well, I think part of that has been the fact that they haven't been playing their main guys as long on the court. They haven't been keeping them on the court as long. The player with the most minutes is Javi Marlowe at 16, and then Travis Collins has been on the court for 12 minutes. Cameron Gorgos has been on the court for 11, and Kaimani has only been on the court for 8 minutes.
And that's a very good strategy by Coach Walker because there really isn't that much of a drop-off production-wise between the Chiefs starters and the Chiefs bench. So he has a lot of faith in his reserves, but you need guys like Collins, Marlowe, even Kaimani Knox and Cameron Gore-Goss. You're the leaders on this team. You have to step up here in the second half if you want to get that ticket to Florence in a date with either AC Flora or Marlborough County.
A few other notes real quick that looking over the stats that I noticed here. Turnovers, Chiefs have 10 as compared to the Myrtle Beach 8, so they need to get that a little squared away. But the bigger one is the steals. Myrtle Beach has 7 steals as compared to only 3 for the Chiefs, so the Chiefs have to do a better job of handling the ball in this second half. And also the other one, Myrtle Beach has doubled North Myrtle Beach's production in the paint with 16 points as compared to only 8 for the Chiefs. So the Seahawks are doing a much better job of getting those easy buckets. And the Chiefs have to start doing that here tonight as we are just under a minute and a half before the second half is underway. One surprising stat that is in the Chiefs' favor, in spite of having more turnovers, they also have more points off of turnovers, the Chiefs do, at 9 as compared to 6 for Myrtle Beach.
And that was one crucial thing that the Chiefs definitely needed to do. You need to capitalize on Myrtle Beach's mistakes, and they have been doing that, but they need a little bit more in the rest of the departments if they want to cut into this 10-point deficit.
As we are about 40 seconds away from the second half getting underway, I think we can both agree that the keys to the second half haven't changed from the keys to the game at the beginning.
No,
you got to make the freebies, and you got to limit your turnovers.
And you have to control the paint.
Well, yes.
Which, I mean, you said it's not really in the Chiefs' favor, and Darius Huff or not, this Myrtle Beach front court is very physical, and they're big, and they will use their size against you, and Cameron Gore-Goss and Kaimani Knox are not scared of anything.
I mean, even Emery Knox has used his size against the Chiefs. He's been driving a lot, and he drew 2 and 1s in that first half.
Well, he's a very big and strong, physical kid, even for a guard.
I mean, that's the reason why he's going to a Division I school.
In the Charleston Southern Buccaneers, they're going to be making a lot of noise in the Big South with a guy like Emery Knox on your roster for the next 4 years.
As we are just about set to start the second half, Chiefs will inbound. They will go right to left. And a full court press. It's stolen by Knox. Knox up and good. And right off the bat, that's not what you want to see as a Chiefs fan.
That's the last thing you want. A turnover on an inbounds play, but Emery Knox is very quick, and he saw the Chiefs fell asleep there.
As Marlowe draws a foul. That foul will be called on Hickman.
That's going to be his second. So Travis Collins is going to inbound right in front of us, and he's going to be inbounding it with a little bit more urgency.
As he gets it over to Beasley. Beasley brings it near side, now brings it back out, now brings it near side again. He'll drive into the paint. Kicks it out to Collins, who thought about taking a 3. Now passes it inside to Beasley again, who puts up a floater and in.
I believe that puts Beasley into double digits. He has 10 points.
Yes, indeed it does. That's his 10th point as Knox brings it over the timeline. He'll bring it near side, drive baseline, and he'll draw a foul.
And they're going to get Beasley on that. Wow.
That'll be his 3rd.
And Beasley's saying something to the ref.
And Coach Walker is not happy at all, saying he jumped into him.
And I agree with Coach Walker on that one.
As
Knox lowered his shoulder.
passes it inside, Hickman kicks it out. Now passing it over to Marquez, now kicks it out. And a lay-in attempt, no good. Rebounded by the Chiefs. Chiefs pushing it up. Now stutter step, crossover by Marlowe. Now kicks it out. Now passes it inside. Knox with the lay-in attempt and good.
So now the deficit is down to 8.
As a whistle is blown. And I believe that will be a foul on Gorgas. That's his second.
Well, that was a long pass down court, and
they're going to apparently
Burgess.
call that in the act of shooting by Burgess.
It was definitely in the act of shooting.
So Burgess goes to the line to shoot two. The first one rims out.
And Myrtle Beach is not as efficient from the foul line as we saw back on February 7th.
Second free throw is good. That'll extend the lead out to 9. Full court press. Slight full court press by the Seahawks. Chiefs almost lose it, scrambled for the ball, and timeout is called by Coach Walker to save the ball.
And that was a heads-up play by, well, I guess heads-up coaching by Coach Walker, sensing that there were 3 white Myrtle Beach jerseys just surrounding Javi Marlowe, who was down on the ground at center court, just cradling the ball. And rather than force a jump ball, Coach Walker's going to use his time to call timeout and perhaps rethink a few things. They've only cut their deficit to 9, as it is a 32-23 game at the 6:32 mark.
One thing that you have to be wary of, though, is that was his second timeout already, only having 3 timeouts left now. So as we get further into crunch time, if the Chiefs are able to come back into this one, that could hurt them later on. As Beasley gets the inbound, he'll bring it up over the timeline. Stutter step, drives near side, now brings it back out. Passes it over to Collins, who stop and pop from the near side wing, no good. Rebounded by the Seahawks. Now Knox passes it over, now kicks it out to Burgess, now over to Knox. Knox stutter step, and the Chiefs fans wanted to travel. Knox now passes it out to Burgess. Burgess over far side, lay-in attempt, good by Marquez. Now Collins thought about pushing it up with some numbers, but decides to slow the tempo down. Passes it over near side to Marlowe. Marlowe near side wing, brings it over to the near side corner. And a whistle is blown, and a foul will be called on the Seahawks. That will be called on J.J. Jones.
So Malik Livingston's going to check back in, as Travis Collins will take a seat.
And Josiah Funderburk will check in for the Seahawks.
So it's going to be Marlowe triggering the inbounds play. The Chiefs desperately need to start cutting into this deficit.
Passes it to Gorgas, who kicks it out. Now passes it back over to Beasley. Beasley near side wing. Now over to Livingston at the point. Livingston will bring it far side. Now passes it inside. Almost gets it stolen, but Knox is able to recover. Passes it inside to Gorgas. Gorgas puts it on the floor. Lay-in good.
And now Myrtle Beach is up and running. They're bringing the ball over to half court very fast.
They're trying to pick up the tempo as Knox with the ball near side wing. Hands it off to Marquez. Marquez near side wing. Passes it over. Now passes it inside. Lay-in attempt good by Marquez. And that'll extend the lead out to 11 again. Now Livingston trying to push it up. Passes it inside to Knox. Knox will draw the foul, and he will go to the line to shoot 2.
And Coach Walker is pleading with the refs, saying, why aren't you calling this game fair? In his eyes, he feels like the Chiefs are at a disadvantage. He's been at it with the refs all night.
He has not been happy with the officiating in this one thus far.
So the foul will be on Josiah Funderburk, his first. And Kaimani Knox will go to the line looking to trim this deficit.
First free throw, no good off back iron. 36-25 with just under 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Second free throw is good. So that'll cut the deficit down to 10, 36-26, as Knox brings it up over the timeline, hands it off, now passes it over to Burgess. Burgess over to Knox. Knox brings it near side, spin move, now passes over to Burgess. Burgess will drive, lane attempt, no good, and that ball will get tipped out of bounds off of a Chief player, and it will remain Seahawk ball.
Well, Marlowe just couldn't come up with the grip.
He could not hang on to the rebound attempt.
So Myrtle Beach will get another chance here.
As Jones to inbound, passes it out to Funderburk. Funderburk back over to Jones, now over to Knox at the point. Knox will bring it over back to the timeline. Now stutter step, will drive far side. Thought about doing a spin move, now passes inside. Kick out, three from the near side corner, no good. Offensive rebound, however, and put back is good by Funderburk. And that'll extend the lead out to 12. 38-26 with just over 4 left to go in the third. Marlowe brings it over the timeline. He'll drive, stutter step, crossover, driving, lay in, good.
Nice nifty ball handling by Javi Marlowe, getting the lefty lay-in to fall.
Now Knox drives, he will attempt to lay in, no good, but he'll draw the foul and he will go to the line to shoot two.
And Coach Walker is saying, why isn't that a charge?
Yeah, it looked like Gorgas was set in time, but apparently, according to the refs, his feet were moving a little bit.
So that's the third foul on Cameron Gorgas.
And
the Chiefs definitely did not need that.
Yeah, we mentioned it during pregame and during halftime. The Chiefs, that was their Achilles heel in the second matchup, as the first free throw by Knox goes up and in.
And Tyree Smith is going to check in. Cameron Gorgas will take a seat with 3 fouls, and you have to assume he'll be out for a little while.
Absolutely.
Trying to preserve him for when it gets down to crunch time.
39-28, Seahawks up by 11. Second free throw by Knox is good. Livingston will drive and he will draw a foul.
And
that will be called on Marquez.
That's his first. The team fouls as it stands. 4 for the Seahawks and 3 team fouls for the Chiefs. As Marlowe inbounds to Livingston. Livingston brings it across the timeline. He faces Marquez.
Livingston with the ball. Now he'll bring it back out. Now stutter step, drives near side, lay-in attempt, gets it rejected, and it will go out of bounds. They will say he will get out of the double team over the timeline. Almost lost it, but gets it inside the Knox for the lay-in. 40-30 with 3 minutes left to go. Now Knox with the ball, passes it over to Marquez. Now back over, now back over to Knox. Knox stutter step, tried a Euro step, now kicks it out. And
the ball goes out of bounds.
Ball went out of bounds. It will remain Seahawk ball.
And the Chiefs fans in the bench were saying, over the back. What is going on? What about the over and back?
So the Seahawks will inbound Hickman to do the inbounding from the baseline. Long pass out to Funderburk. Funderburk tried to pass it inside. It gets tipped and it will go out of bounds. It will remain Seahawk ball.
And at the 2:37 mark in the third quarter, a 40-30 lead for the Seahawks. The Chiefs desperately need a stop here.
Passes it in out to Knox from the baseline. Knox will bring in near side. Now stops at the near side wing, crossover, almost lost his man. Now passes over to Marquez. Marquez over to Burgess. Burgess kick out, 3 attempt, no good, and a whistle is blown. And a foul is called. I think they will now call an over the back on Funderburk.
And that's his second. So that's now 16 fouls for the Seahawks.
So only one foul away from the Chiefs getting into the bonus.
Myrtle Beach going right back into that press as it's going to be Beasley triggering.
Livingston with the ball. He'll get it over the timeline. He'll drive quickly, and he loses it. It's stolen. And Hickman tried to drive, lane attempt no good, and it's rebounded by the Chiefs. Marlowe now pushing the pace, kicks it out. Livingston with the three from the far side wing, no good. Offensive rebound by Knox, put back
And
good.
one! And that gets this crowd fired up, and a much needed.
And now Coach Martin is not very happy on the Seahawks end at that call, as Gore Goss gets ready to check back in.
Kaimani Knox, it's crucial that he makes this and one opportunity, trying to cut this deficit down to 7.
First, the end one, no good off back iron, and it's rebounded by the Seahawks. Long outlet pass, lay in, good by Hickman.
A quick transition bucket.
And that's not what you want to see for the Chiefs. Livingston, stutter step, drive, passes it inside to Knox. Knox, Euro step, lay in, good.
And now, Coach, there's a timeout.
Timeout is
by
called
North Myrtle Beach.
by Coach Walker. And we've talked about it all season. It seems like Coach Walker does this a lot, of calling timeouts after big buckets that you would think would get the momentum on the Chiefs side.
Well, the Chiefs have been down for most of the night. Actually, I believe, well, the whole night.
The whole night. They have not had the lead yet.
But they are not going away easily. They are still fighting with almost as if their lives are on the line. And, well, in basketball terms, in the playoffs, it is.
Yeah.
So we have some updated stats now, as the Chiefs are now shooting 13 of 27 from the field, and their foul shot percentage has gone down from 50% to 46.7%. That's a 7 for 15 clip. The Chiefs definitely need to improve in that field. We said that at halftime, and it's crucial. But the Chiefs, they're still fighting.
Absolutely. So we'll just have to wait and see how this game goes. As the Seahawks bring it over the timeline, almost stolen by Livingston, and it will go out of bounds. They will say it went off of Livingston, so the Seahawks will retain possession.
A nice, intense defense by Livingston there.
Knox with the ball, stutter step, he'll drive, now kick out, now passes over, now back over to Knox. Knox, far side wing, he'll drive, kicks it out, three, no good by Austin. Offensive rebound, average scramble for the ball, and it will go out of bounds off of Hickman, and it will be Chiefs ball. Oh no, they'll actually call a foul on Hickman.
So regardless, it would have been a turnover.
And that'll send the Chiefs to the line as the Seahawks are in the bonus.
And now the Chiefs student section is chanting, "You can't do that," aided by the baseball team who has come from practice to support this Chiefs squad, as Travis Collins is now at the line.
Collins at the line. The first of the 1-and-1. No good off front iron, but it will go out of bounds. They will say it went off of a Chief, so it will be Seahawk ball. Quick update for you guys for the other semifinal, or the other quarterfinal matchup. AC Flora is trailing 39-37 to Marlboro County. So if that holds up, it will be an all-region 6 lower state final. As they pass it inside, almost loses the handle. It will go out of bounds off of Burgess, and it will be Chief ball.
Well, 48.8 seconds remaining in the third quarter and an 8-point deficit, as Chad Beasley's going to check back in, the leading scorer for the Chiefs. They definitely need a shot in the arm. Travis Collins, a very sweaty Travis Collins, will sweat out. So Myrtle Beach playing half-court defense. We haven't really seen much of that tonight.
Livingston brings the ball up over the timeline, brings it far side. Now tried to drive, now kicks it out. Now passes it inside to Smith. Smith passes it out to Beasley. Beasley brings it down the baseline. He'll drive, lay-in attempt, no good, but he'll draw the foul.
No,
They're going to call traveling on Beasley. 26.7 seconds remaining. Chiefs down by 8, 42-34, as Knox brings the ball slowly over the timeline. He'll pass it over far side wing. Now passes it back over to Knox. Knox will bring the ball out to the timeline. And he almost gets it stripped. Scrambles for the ball. Ball still loose. Smith comes up with it, and he'll draw a foul.
No, they're going to call charge.
Wow.
They're going to call charge.
And the North Myrtle Beach faithful are not at all happy about that one.
You've got to be kidding me.
Behind us.
Smith's feet were
and
moving.
And that'll end the third quarter in controversial fashion as we go to the break with the Chiefs trailing by 8, 42-34.
We got hosed on that one. Wow. Wow. So, 8 minutes remain in this one, and the Chiefs with an 8-point deficit. They need something, and they need something going now.
They need to get something going almost immediately, as they have not had the lead all game tonight.
Some third quarter statistics. Hopefully I've calmed down by now.
The Chiefs did lead the scoring. They did get more. They did score more points than the Seahawks in that third quarter.
That's
15
the
to 13.
first time tonight.
Like I mentioned, the Chiefs have not had a lead thus far. The largest lead in this game was 12 by the Seahawks in the third quarter, but the Chiefs have been able to cut it down to 8. For the Chiefs, the leading scorer is Chad Beasley, with Kaimani Knox right behind him at 9. Chad Beasley at 10. And for the Seahawks, Emery Knox has been dominating this game with 17 points. As we get underway, Hickman, an errant pass, goes out of bounds, and the Chiefs get the ball back.
Well, it's time for the Chiefs to have a comeback, and Myrtle Beach is going to open up the door for them.
Smith with the ball. He stutter steps, now passes it out to Livingston. Livingston cross court to Marlowe. Marlowe will drive, floater, no good, but he'll draw a foul and go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, as of the first 3 quarters, the Chiefs as a team were shooting 7 of 16. Javi Marlowe himself, 2 of 4 from the line.
That was TJ Austin's 4th, so he is in serious foul trouble.
He'll probably be on the bench for the rest of the half.
The free throw by Marlowe rims out, and like we mentioned, got to make the freebies, and the Chiefs have not been able to do that in this one, shooting only 43.8% from the free throw line.
And that's what's been holding them back.
Second free throw, also no good, but an offensive rebound by Tyree Smith, but it's stripped by Jones. Seahawks trying to push it. Now they bring it back out. Now Knox with the ball, passes it over to Jones, now over to Burgess. Burgess brings it far side, now hands it off to Knox. Knox stutter step, drives, and he'll draw a foul, and he will go to the line to shoot 2.
No, they're going to call a charge, I guess.
Oh,
wait. No, they called Livingston on that.
Yeah, so they will call a foul on the Chiefs.
A major mismatch there. Knox is 6'3", Livingston's 5'5".
They will not call it in the act of shooting, apparently. So the Seahawks will inbound. Knox with the ball, now passes it over to Burgess. Now over to Williams. Williams over far side to Knox. Knox at the point now. Now kicks it out to Williams. Now back out to Knox. Knox near side wing. Passes it over to Burgess. Burgess over to Williams. Now back over to Burgess. Burgess near side wing. Now passes over to Knox. Almost gets it stripped. He will drive, and a foul. A foul will be called on the Chiefs once more. That will be called on Gorgas.
And that's his fourth. That's a total no-no you want now. Kaimani Knox will check back in for Gorgas.
And Coach Walker was screaming at the ref, sub, to get Knox into the game.
Well, that's the last thing the Chiefs need.
As the Seahawks inbound it. Knox with the ball, now passes it over to Burgess. Burgess will drive, lay in, no good, and it gets stuck on top of the rim.
Okay, they tapped it out, but it didn't go through the net.
It did not go through the net.
I was afraid they would call that a basket.
And Jones will get a foul called on him.
That's his fourth. And Jones is looking at the ref questionably, but he's not going to be coming out of the game. So a lot of faith from Craig Martin in the junior forward.
And two players now for the Seahawks in foul trouble here in the third quarter. 6:42 left to go in the the fourth quarter. Excuse me. 42-34, Chiefs trail by 8. Livingston brings the ball up over the timeline. Knox now with the ball. Now hands it off to Livingston at the point. Livingston brings it far side, he'll drive. Now stutter step, now brings it back out, passes it over to Beasley. Beasley stutter step, stop and pop three from the far side wing, no good. Offensive rebound by Henley. Henley gets it to Beasley. Beasley drives, and he will draw a foul and go to the line to shoot two.
And we've seen this intensity from Chad Beasley all season, but tonight he's been stepping it up another notch.
Yeah.
And Qualik Burgess picks up his fourth foul.
So that's now 3 Seahawks with 4 fouls on them.
And Craig Martin is going to call a timeout, so he's going to reassess things with the 3 players with 4 fouls. You would probably have to assume that they'll be on the bench at least for the next couple of minutes unless he has great faith in them.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the Chiefs getting in foul trouble, which they do have one player in Gorgas with 4, but the Seahawks have even more players in foul trouble right now.
So whenever we return from the timeout, Chad Beasley will be going to the line. And I'm curious, did Craig Martin call that timeout to, I guess, ice the shooter? Is that really a term?
I mean, it could be. I mean, we do see it every now and again. So we will see if it is effective.
Beasley tonight had 1 attempt and he made it. So let's see if he can keep that trend up.
First free throw is good by Beasley.
NBN, nothing but net.
Yep.
Now the deficit is down to 7, 42-35 at the 6:09 mark.
Second free throw, also NBN, and that'll cut the lead down to 6.
Nice job by Beasley coming through when it mattered the most.
Knox brings it over the timeline as Coach Walker screams out some defensive strategy. Now a kick out. 3 from the far side wing goes over the backboard, and it will be Chiefs ball. Hickman way over on that one.
Well, the Chiefs defense is really starting to turn up the intensity, and I have to think it's starting to get in the head of the Seahawks players. The Chiefs are not going down without a fight tonight.
No, they are not, as a slight full court press by the Seahawks will be backed off as Livingston brings the ball over the timeline. He'll bring it far side, now gets double teamed, is able to get it inside to Knox, laying good. This lead is cut to 4. 42-38. Knox with the ball, passes it over to Burgess. Burgess over to Williams. Williams far side wing, passes it over, laying attempt, no good. Blocked by Henley, but they will call a foul on him. So that will send.
Oh, Kaimani, Emery Knox to the line. That's the last guy you want at the line.
That will send Emery Knox to the line to shoot 2.
He hasn't been to the line as often as we saw back on February 7th.
As the first free throw is good. He is now 5 of 5 from the free throw line.
So he's far from the 18 attempts he took against the Chiefs the last time these two did battle.
Second free throw is also good.
Now it's back to a 6-point lead at the 5:18 mark.
Livingston with the ball. He'll bring it near side, passes it over to Marlowe. Marlowe will bring it far side. Now stutter step, drives baseline, and he will draw a foul. So he will go to the line to shoot 2 with the Seahawks in the double bonus.
And there's a player who's chirping at a referee, and the student section is saying, tee him up, tee him up. So Marlowe back at the line now.
As Marlowe will go to the line to shoot 2. First free throw, no good off front iron. And Javi Marlowe has not had a very good game from the free throw line today. Now he is 2 of 5.
Remember when I said that the Chiefs need to come up clutch in crunch time?
Yeah.
Well, now it's crunch time.
It is crunch time. Second free throw, rims out again, playing off as a rebound by Henley, and he will draw a foul and go to the line to shoot 2. Great job by Cameron Henley getting those hops up, going high to get the rebound.
And Quiley Burgess has just fouled out of the game. That's his 5th, so he is done. Great job by Cam Henley getting around that box out on the foul attempt, getting that offensive bound, and forcing Burgess to foul him.
That's a pretty big blow to the Seahawks.
So,
he averages 9 points per game and 5 rebounds per game.
So Aiden Hickman is going to check in for Qualik Burgess, as Cam Henley will be going to the line. He has 2 points to his name tonight.
His first free throw, no good off back iron again. Henley is now 0 of 2 from the free throw line.
The Myrtle Beach fans are chanting, "You can't shoot it."
As they may be right from the free throw line this season. As the second one rims out as well, but another offensive rebound by Knox, and he misses the lay-in attempt. This time it is rebounded by the Seahawks. Oh, behind the back move by Knox. He gets blocked by Knox. Knox gets blocked by Knox. Beasley drives, stutter step, now kicks it out, and the Chiefs will reset. Henley will drive, lay-in attempt, no good. Tip out, and it is taken by the Seahawks.
And they're going to say it went out of bounds off of a Chief player. Another turnover. Once again, another questionable call, and the Chiefs faithful are not happy one bit.
The refs are getting an earful from the Chiefs faithful here. That is for sure.
So the Chiefs are now in half-court defense as Knox will bring it across the timeline where he will square off with Livingston.
And a timeout, or excuse me, a foul off the ball will be called. That will be called on Henley.
Getting a little aggressive underneath. So Travis Collins will come in to take his place.
And that'll put the Seahawks in the bonus, so Marquez will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Marquez is 1 of 2 from the line so far tonight.
As the Chiefs fans start pounding their feet to try to distract him, but it does not work as he makes his first free throw.
Now it's a 7-point deficit for the Chiefs.
And that free throw rims in. So now 8-point lead for the Seahawks.
46-38 at the 4.5-minute mark.
Livingston brings the ball up over the timeline. brings it far side, now near side, passes it over to Beasley. Beasley, crossover, gets past his man, but he loses it, and a foul will be called on Beasley.
And Beasley kind of just hip checked Emery Knox, and Knox went down in a heap.
So that'll send Knox to the line to shoot 1-1.
And that's 4 fouls on Chad Beasley.
So
I
now,
feel like there was a little bit of anger on that one.
Yeah, now 2 Chiefs players in serious foul trouble.
And Emery Knox is the last person you want at the line.
His first free throw rims out, but Marquez is able to get the offensive rebound. And the Seahawks are able to reset. Whistle is blown, timeout is called by the Seahawks. And I'm sure Craig Martin is kind of disappointed that he called that timeout because I believe it was Hickman who stopped and popped right when he called the timeout and drained one.
And Coach Walker is out at half court saying something to a ref, and he just said it and he just walked off. He's not even going to have a conversation with an official. So 46-38, a little over the 4-minute mark remaining in this one. It's going to be back and forth, or not really back and forth, excuse me. It's going to be, how do I put this? It's going to be a big defensive duel as we've seen all night, and it will be exactly that the rest of this one.
Kaimani Knox is now in double digits with 11 points for the Chiefs.
The Chiefs, as a team, they're shooting better from the field, 45.2%, but once again, from the foul line, is now dropped down to 37.5% at 9 of 24. And that definitely is the difference maker in this one.
Yeah, 2 of 8 from the free throw line here in the fourth quarter. And that's not what you want to see as a Chiefs fan. As we get underway once again, Knox gets the inbound. He'll bring it near side wing. Now passes it over to Hickman. Now over to Marquez. Marquez brings it far side. He'll drive, lay in, good.
And now it's back up to a double-digit lead for the Seahawks at 10, 48-38, 3:45 remaining in this
Livingston, stutter steps, floater no good. Rebounded by Myrtle Beach. They will go coast to coast. Marquez with the lay-in, and that'll extend the lead out to 12 with 3.5 left to go. And Chiefs really need to get something going if they want to get back in this one. Livingston with the ball. He passes it cross court. Now kicks it out to Beasley. Beasley with the 3 from the near side corner, no good. Offensive rebound by Knox, but he gets it stripped. Passes inside, scramble for the ball. And a whistle is blown. Not sure what they're going to call yet.
The PA guy just said pass is incomplete on the long toss.
Yeah, that looks like a football pass there. As it will go out of bounds off of a Chief. So it will be Seahawk ball. As Knox with the ball near side wing. Passes it over to the point. Now far side wing. Now back over to Knox at the point. Now over to Marquez. Now passes it inside to Jones. Jones trying to push his way inside. Now kicks it out. Now Knox with the ball. He'll drive far side. Tries to put up a lay-in. No good. But he'll draw the foul and go to the line to shoot 2.
And the Chiefs bench is absolutely furious. They feel like they have been getting hosed by the officials all night long.
Yeah, they have not been happy with the officiating all night long.
So Knox back to the line. I believe he's shooting 6 of 7 from the foul line.
Yes, he is. As now he makes it 7 of 8 with that made free throw.
And now the lead has now swelled up to 13 for the Seahawks, 51-38, and the Chiefs are running out of time.
Yeah, they are running out of time with just under 3 minutes left to go as that second free throw is also made. Beasley now brings the ball up over the timeline. He'll drive, try to pass it inside, almost gets it stolen. Henley now with the floater, no good. Rebound by Jones. Now Williams will drive, passes it inside to Knox, and he'll bring it back out. Now passes it out to Hickman. Now Williams with the ball at the point. Passes over to Marquez. Marquez over to Knox. Knox back over to Williams. Williams now over to Marquez. Marquez passes inside, lay-in. Good by Williams. Livingston now with the ball. And this game looks like it's all but done and dusted as a floater goes in for Livingston. And now a foul will be called.
No, errant pass.
A high pass goes out of bounds. And it will be Chiefs ball with just over 2 minutes left to go in the game.
Reinforcements are going to come off the bench as Tyree Smith will add a little more size to this Chiefs lineup as he'll take the place of Travis Collins with a little over 2 minutes remaining in this one.
Livingston will bring the ball up over the timeline. Stutter step, drive, kick out, three by Marlowe, drains it from the near side corner, and a timeout will be called by Coach Walker. Chiefs down by 11 with 1:51 left to go, and the Chiefs faithful think they see the writing on the wall and start to file out.
Well, now this is code red urgency for the Chiefs. You're down by 11 with 1:51 remaining. Pretty much, if the Seahawks get any more points, they can pretty much ice it.
Exactly. 54-43, Chiefs trail by 11 with 1:51 left. And the Chiefs, like you mentioned, they need to get something going pronto if they want any chance of getting back into this one. And they play final countdown here. That was always my favorite go-to in high school and college as, you know, your end game song for pep band.
Boy, it really fits the tone of this one.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be Henley, Smith, Marlowe, Livingston, and Beasley on the floor for the Chiefs. For the Seahawks, it's going to be Knox, Marquez, J.J. Jones comes back in, Williams, and Hickman.
As the Seahawks get ready to inbound.
Chiefs in a bit of a full court press.
Jones hands it off to Knox. Knox, slight full court press by Henley. Passes it over to Hickman. Hickman passes it back over. Now back over to Hickman. Now over near side corner. Now passes it back out to Knox. Knox over to Burgess. Burgess thought about passing it inside. Now brings it back out. And a timeout will be...
No, double dribble.
Double dribble will be called on Hickman.
Well, they took 25 seconds off the clock in that possession as Rogan Vincent and Travis Collins will check in. Tyree Smith and Cam Henley will take a seat.
Trying to get that three-point proficiency out there as Livingston will bring the ball up over the timeline. Passes it over. Three ball, good by Vincent.
They're still fighting, down by 8, 1:13 to go.
Knox with the ball. He passes up court, almost gets it stripped, but Jones is able to recover. And Coach Walker is not happy at the call, or the lack thereof of a call, and now a foul will be called on Collins.
So that's Collins' second foul, and now that makes it 10 team fouls apiece for both squads, and it's going to be Aiden Hickman at the line.
So Hickman will go to the line to shoot 2 now, with the Seahawks being in the double bonus. His first free throw is up and good, and that'll extend the lead out to 9 once more. 1:04 left to go in the game. And second free throw, and a whistle is blown as the Seahawks will call a timeout. Second free throw was up and good as well.
Well, with the Seahawks lead back up to 10, 56-46 with 64 seconds remaining. That's 1:04 seconds. This game's pretty much a goner at this point.
And quick update for the other quarterfinal matchup. That game has gone into overtime.
Oh my goodness.
Tied at 53 at the end of regulation.
Well, what do you think Coach Walker is telling the Chiefs in the huddle right now?
I think they have to get something going immediately. They gotta make those. They gotta start making threes.
You wanna make this game look closer.
Exactly. You know, you gotta have that heart to continue to play.
And the Seahawks fans, they're up. They're not really making any noise. I'm very surprised, but they are 64 seconds away from advancing to the lower state finals.
As the Chiefs inbounded, Livingston will bring the ball up, passes it cross court over to Marlowe. Marlowe gets double teamed and he'll draw a foul, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. That is on Marquez, that's his second.
And Marlowe will be going to the line as the Chiefs are in the double bonus. Coach Walker is still chirping at the refs. That's been a consistent theme all night.
Marlowe will go to the line to shoot 2. His first one is no good off back iron, and the free throw woes continue as that now makes them 9 of 25 from the line in this game. As some substitutions come in, J.J. Jones will come back in.
And with 55.1 seconds remaining, Jones checks in with 4 fouls. It really doesn't matter at this point. So Marlowe looking to salvage this trip.
And he does. It rims in this time. As Knox will bring it over the timeline. Slight full court press by the Chiefs. Gets it over to Marquez. Marquez now back over to Knox. Knox will drive and he'll draw the foul. And he will go to the line to shoot 2. Not the man you want.
No.
Send to the line.
And now the I believe that we will win chants start raining down from the Myrtle Beach student section. That's Chad Beasley's 5th foul. He will check out.
So he will foul out of this one.
And Cameron Gorgos will take his place.
Knox to the line to shoot 2. His first free throw is good, rims in.
And now it's going to be Rogan Vincent checking in for Kaimani Knox. Knox's night, you have to assume, is done. And now the Chief fans are starting to make their ways towards the exits. They're going to see if they can beat the traffic home.
As the second free throw is also up and good. Collins now with the ball, gets double teamed, is able to get it out to Marlowe. Marlowe tries to put the layup in, no good.
And they're going to call a charge.
Wow, they will call a charge. And basically a very fitting end to this game, as Coach Walker has not been happy with the officiating throughout this one.
And as the game went on and as the Chiefs have failed to cut into this deficit, the matter Coach Walker has gotten.
This sold-out crowd is slowly starting to file out as we are 30 seconds away from the end of this one. And the Seahawks fans mock the Chiefs' tomahawk chop.
As they're just going to roll out the clock in this one. 58-47 will be your final. The Seahawks will advance to the lower state final. It's going to be interesting to see who they will face, either AC Floor or Marlboro County. But J.J. Jones waves goodbye to the Chiefs faithful, blows them kisses. That's kind of an unsportsmanlike move there.
But that'll end the game. Final score 58-47. Seahawks with the win. That'll do it for the Chiefs season. Their final record will be 20-6. And technically, I guess you could say 5-6 in region play pretty much as they face fellow Region 6 opponent Myrtle Beach here tonight. So Myrtle Beach will move on as we have final stats here for you. First for the Chiefs, their leading scorer was Chad Beasley with 12. Kaimani Knox was right behind him at 11, with Javi Marlowe at 10 points. Cameron Goss had 4. Malik Livingston and Rogan Vincent each had 3. And Cameron Henley and Travis Collins round out the scoring with 2 apiece. Chiefs had 45.9% field goal percentage, 27.3% from the three-point arc, and a very disappointing 38.5% free throw shooting tonight. For the Seahawks, Emery Knox certainly got his points, 23 to be exact.
That's the lowest the Chiefs have held him this year.
James Marquez had 15. Aiden Hickman had 7. Terry Williams and Josiah Funderburg both had 4. Jeremy Jones had 3. And both Kwalik Burgess and J.J. Jones had 1 respectively. The Seahawks, 46.3% from the field, 14.3% from the three-point line, and 73.1% from the free throw line. So once again, the Seahawks advance to the lower state finals with this 58-47 win over the Chiefs. That'll wrap us up for basketball.
And before we sign off, I'd like to say that Coach Walker's first year was just about a complete turnaround from the team before, but I'm not going to put any hate on the old regime for the Chiefs staff that they had the year prior, because those coaches were the ones that made these players realize their potential, and Coach Walker and his staff did a good job in helping these kids tap into that potential.
Yeah, great job by the Chiefs, regardless of the loss tonight, getting further than they have in a long time in the state championship. So once again, it's been an honor and a privilege. I'll say it again. I said it last night after the girls lost. I'll say it again right now. It's been an honor and a privilege to cover this team this season, and I'm looking forward to next season. You won't be with me.
Unfortunately, no. This is my last game.
But together, we are not done yet, as spring is upon us and baseball season is upon us. Not sure if we'll start this weekend with the Wando PBR Showdown or if we'll wait until region play. But nevertheless, be sure to check in on that on Twitter at NMB Chiefs Online to keep up to date on all of that. So once again, final score here, 58-47. Chiefs finish off the season with a loss to rival Myrtle Beach here in Myrtle Beach. It's been an honor and privilege covering all these games. We look forward to covering baseball in the spring. So for Tyler Kerp. Yeah, for Tyler Kerp, I'm Brandon Bisping saying so long, and we'll talk to you in baseball season here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network.